doing this project and some select time bankers that really did weatherization. And those were cash projects, and we donated back the cash that we made back to support the time bank. So this fundraising aspect of the weatherization cost was an important thing for the corporate time bank. So starting this year, the third community co-op, I'm working in Lake County, California, very poor but great farmland potentials out there. And I hear the time bankers, a bunch of folks who are doing GMO, wanting to label the GMO issue, and there's a lot of food concerns in our time bank. One of the things that we recognize is that in the state, or at least in our area, our county, even though you can produce all sorts of grapes and all sorts of nuts and all sorts of great stuff, we were eating only 0.3% of our food. So we were very vulnerable. If there was a crisis of some way, we'd actually could starve in an area that could produce amazing amounts of food for the rest of all the pears that the rest of the world eats could come from California. So this idea of localizing was an important impulse within the time bank community that was forming what became the Cooperative Farm Network. So at the center of the Cooperative Farm Network, the third community co-op, were the skill and tools of the local farmers. So we started interviewing the local farmers, saying, is there a way that we can use time bankers to plant stuff, harvest stuff, weed stuff, we have the 11th row principle. We said it's easier, rather than me gardening in my backyard and growing 5 broccoli, I could work on an existing farm and add another row to his row of peas and be a heck of a lot more productive. So the farmers we viewed as babysitters for our food, and they needed the labor impulse in the spring of the time bankers. So the cooperative farmers would go out and plant all this stuff up. And we worked on several farmers that were actually intrigued by that time bank idea. This was really important. They kind of got who we were as time bankers. And they saw this opportunity of using community labor to help them be more productive. Once again, we have in this situation, unlike the housing, with housing you can, with an hour of labor, you can get a high dollar value. But with our ag system, our modern ag system, an hour's labor in California is about $4, $5, $6, $8 an hour. And it's actually somewhat demeaning when you work on farms and realize how little folks get paid. We've learned this. I said, you know what?